I'll take you through the product, and then perhaps you can do the commission side, the payment plan in a sec, Lee.
Sounds good.
So the Lee's obviously, well, between the pair of us there, we basically looked at who USI are, looked at the owners, the credentials of the board, and then we've looked at the history of Bitcoin and where we think Bitcoin is going. So at this point, we always say to people, we recommend that you buy Bitcoin. You buy Bitcoin and just hold it in a wallet of your choice. You can do that, and you will see the growth that is predicted in Bitcoin over the next few years, etc. However, what you can do, if you want to make more Bitcoin with your Bitcoin, you can now participate with USI and have the possibility to profit on their Bitcoin and mining and trading. Okay, so what that simply means is you can buy Bitcoin packages with USI, which is the equivalent of 50 euros. You'll receive around 1% per working day for roughly 140 days with a return of capital of 140%. Now, don't be confused with this, and we labour this point pretty much every week. That 1% is a return of your capital. So you've given them your capital. Let's say you give them 50 euros. They're going to give you part of that 50 euros back on a day-to-day basis. Plus, they're going to give you a small percentage of profit from their mining, arbitrage, and trading against other cryptocurrencies and trading against fiat. So what they use your Bitcoin for, essentially. Okay, so that 1% isn't all profit. A lot of it is your return of your capital and the profit they're making with your Bitcoin. 20 Bitcoin packages will cost you 1,000 euros. The runtime 140 working days. Return of capital after 140 working days is 1,400 euros. That's without any increase in Bitcoin. We'll have a look at that in a second. So essentially, that's your 1,000 euros back plus 400 euro profit. It's not 1,400 profit. It's your 1,000 back plus 400 profit. That in itself, I can tell you, as a standalone return, is sensational. Okay. What you can do with that profit that you get each day, you can take it. You can take that profit. You can take any commissions you earn if you want to refer this. But you don't need to refer this program. If you want to, we'll show you how and why you would want to do it. And you can immediately use that commission and the returns to purchase new BTC packages. Okay. And there is an auto rebuy that is actually working now. And we're going to talk about that at the end in a bit more detail. Okay, so what this does, it results in the highly profitable compounding effect. And for those that don't understand compound, we're going to just take you through a simple example. So your start capital is 1,000 euros. Your runtime is 140 days, working days. And the return of capital is 1%. Now, that does fluctuate, obviously. It usually fluctuates between 0.7 and 1.25. But essentially, we're looking, or what they're looking to do is give you 1% return per day. So once you put your 1,000 in, that will give you 20 BTC packages. It will give you a daily return of capital and profit at 1% of 10 euros. On day 2, you'll make another 10 euros, making a total of 20, and so on and so forth until day 5, where you've got 50 euros, and you can go and buy another package. So you've gone from 20 packages to 21 packages, which now means instead of earning 10 euros a day, you're earning 10 euros 50, which means you're going to hit that 50 euro, your next package, that bit quicker. So let's fast forward a year, look at 260 working days. You've gone from 21 packages from day 6 days. You've made, over that period, 6,000 euros, so 6 times the capital that you put in. That has gone back in the system to buy those packages, and that's why you've gone from 21 packages to 120. If you hadn't put that money in that you was making on a day-to-day basis, 1,400 out of the system, and you'd have no packs, because the packs expire once they've given you that return. But by compounding, you've made 6 times that amount, and that's gone back in to buy more packs. Okay, so that's how compound works. There's something called Profit Calculator, and they have, it looks slightly different now in the new one, and we'll touch upon that later. But essentially, you could model what your packs may look like in a year's time. So this example for is 50 packs, which is €2,500. Working days, 250 working days, essentially a year. Over that year, what this is showing you is you've made 6.8 Bitcoin. Incidentally, this slide was done in August. So when we did this modeling, it would have cost 1.5 Bitcoin. Now it would cost, oh God, half a Bitcoin, less than half, probably about 0.3 of a Bitcoin, 50 packs. So you can see how quick Bitcoin has grown up. Okay, so that produces 6.8 Bitcoin. It goes back in the system, and your packs after a year would have gone from 50 to 282 packs, and that would give you a daily return of capital at 1% of 0.08. Okay, so it's building you an income. If you look at an example where 200 packs have gone in for €10,000, again over 250 working days, it would have cost 6.2. Now it would be less than, it'd be about 1.3 of a Bitcoin, 1.4 of a Bitcoin. Okay, again, you can see how quick it's grown since August. 27 Bitcoins it would have made over that year, gone back in the system. So you spent that 27 to buy you and top up your packs to 1,147, which would give you a daily return of capital of 1%, which is 0.35. So 0.35 of a Bitcoin, the euro price is what at the moment? Let's have a quick look.
$26.25, $2,625 at that rate.
Per day, yeah?
Per day.
Per day. So we do this when we do the events. We sort of say, where do people think Bitcoin will be in a year from now? Okay, and we did this in Maidstone, and we had people saying 20,000, 30,000, you know, and I think by this time next year, it could quite easily be 20,000. But let's look at it going to 10,000. Yeah, that would give you 0.35. Would give you 3,500 per day, 5 days a week, which is 17,500. I think my maths are right. And that's for initial capital injection of 10,000.
Yeah, that's $73,000 per month, assuming 21 working days in a month.
And that's at $10,000.
That's at 10,000 per Bitcoin.
So if it goes to 20, you can just double that figure to 146,000.
Correct. Yeah.
Per month. Yeah. I mean, this is what got us really excited. I mean, the fact that you're getting 1% per day, which, okay, is your capital and profit, but essentially you're making almost 6%, you know, per month on that capital that you're putting in. And then the compound effect, but this incredible growth that we're going to be seeing in Bitcoin makes it hugely exciting for everybody that's in. And we are right in at the beginning, guys. We are right in the beginning. And you can do this completely passively. You don't have to introduce it to anybody. You know, we recommend you buy Bitcoin. You can do this passively. That's fine. You will still make a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of money. But if you do want to introduce it, Lee's going to just run through the new compensation plan.
Okay, guys, so listen up, because there are some changes, and it's very, very important that you understand what they are. And as of now, moving forward, this is the new and current compensation plan. So there are 35 be paid that you can achieve over 12 levels. It's very, very simple, and we're going to refer to a slide in a second that will show you exactly how that works on each level. But you can come in, you can open a free account. You can still do that, and you can start to refer other people if you wish, and the company will still pay you 10% of whatever that person buys who's directly linked to you. You may not have even funded your account. That doesn't matter. You're still entitled to 10% commission from whatever that referral buys, and you're entitled to 10% of their account as that account matures for the life of the account. That is what they refer to as level 1. Those are your direct referrals. Thereafter, there are another 11 levels in the unicycle 12-level run. So level 2 and 3, in order to open and access the commissions from level 2 and 3. So if you recommended Peter, he's your level 1. Peter then goes on and recommends Robert. That's your level 2. And Robert recommends Jane. That is your level 3. In order to get the commissions from those 2 accounts, you need to have 3 direct referrals who at least have 12 packages, or they have between at least 12 packages and maintain at least 12 packages. And those packages obviously currently are Bitcoin packages. But just to recap, to get level 2 and 3, you need to have 3 direct referrals, i.e. level 1 referrals, who have at least 12 packages each. Now, as you want to open up each next level, level 4 down to level 12, then you need to have another direct referral with at least 12 packages on every level thereafter. So let me just be absolutely crystal clear for you. You've got level 1 completely free. Anybody you refer directly is yours. You get 10%. You do not need to qualify. Level 2 and 3, you need to have 3 direct people that have 12 packages each minimum, and that will open up both those levels, 2 and 3. And for levels 4, you need another one who has 12 minimum. Level 5, you need another one. Level 6, another one, and so on. Now, the reason that the company have made those changes, just think about the logic to it, is that you want to make sure that you maximize your commission. And of course, you want to bring in as many direct people to you as you possibly can. So by doing this, what they're effectively forcing you to do is to find at least 12 people and get them going out as wide as you can. And then they will naturally start to bring other people in below them. And therefore, the company is actually helping you grow your business by doing it. So it's very simple. The matrix has gone completely. You can forget the 3x3 matrix. It no longer exists. It is a very simple uni-level, 12 levels deep. If you want to flick on to the next slide, John, and I'll just go through the chart. And this is going to apply across the board to all the products. So we're talking at the moment about Bitcoin packages. It's going to apply in exactly the same way to the Forex packages that come out. And it applies in the same way, though the commission payments are slightly different in the Techcoin token arena, which John will come on to very shortly. So the chart that you're looking at here just explains the percentage breakdown, the 35% over the 12 levels. And you can see that as you open up each level, level 2 and 3, when you've got 3 people with 12 packages, both open, and you're getting paid your 3%. And then it goes right the way down to level 9, where you're getting 1% at each level. But do remember, and it's very easy to kind of not understand the maths, that as you open up these 12 levels, you're getting paid that percentage that you see on that chart from that initial purchase that customer makes, although he may be way down below you, but also of their account as it grows and compounds in the way that John has explained to you. So if everybody is compounding their account, let's say for a year, and getting massive growth, just think about what those 12 levels can be worth to you over the course of that year.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that is a good point. And like you say, it's not on just the initial purchase they're making, it's every single time. And people, you know, most people do compound for at least, 3, 4, 5 monthly. And, people can be buying lots and lots and lots of packs, and it just adds up so quickly. And nobody but nobody leaves this business because everybody, you know, is getting paid and everybody's making money. So it's great that they've done that, I think, anyway, because it forces you to grow your business wide, which ultimately you're going to have a much bigger business going forward. And if you just needed 3, if you've got 12 at the top there, and they're all going to get 12 or 3 or whatever, it does grow your business bigger and quicker. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the new Usi-Tech. So we've just gone through the BTC package, and that's obviously for a lot of guys that are new to the business or on the call for the first time. You know, that product is the product that really has captured the imagination of everybody since March, and we've seen such growth with that product, and we will continue to see growth as we go forward. But we kind of had an inkling that this would come at some point, because as the distribution grows, these are smart guys, and it's how you move your distribution and look at you know, products that are going to add you know, liquidity and sustainability to your company going forward. And ICOs are one of those things. Is initial coin offering, commonly referred to as an ICO. It is a fundraising mechanism in which new products sell their underlying crypto tokens in exchange for Bitcoin. So think of it as similar to an initial public offering in which investors can purchase shares of a company without going through all those hoops. You know, it's a way of fundraising and bringing money into the company, and bearing in mind what this tech coin is backed up with. You can see why people would be interested in investing in tech coin. It's in a pre-launch stage, as Lee mentioned. You know, we have got exclusivity as USI members up to the first 500 million worth of tokens. So quite simply, nobody outside of USI can actually buy into this. So you're actually having again, thinking it on shares, you know, you're actually in the know, if you like. And when companies go to float or whatever, they have to be very quiet about it, you know, because they can get preferential treatment. With an ICO, you're getting exactly that because you're in right at the beginning. So it's initially only for members to participate until they reach that 500 million. And at that point, that's when it can go on the public exchange, okay? So TechCoin is backed by renewable and almost free energy generation technology. Now, if you was at the event, you would have seen that USI have spent 70 million, and they're committed to another to 10 million per month for mining equipment. Okay, and essentially all mining is lots of computers running 24/7, mining Bitcoin and other altcoins. Okay, and they can switch these machines to mine the most profitable coin at any given time. Okay, so the problem with mining is the cost in electricity. 90% of the cost of mining is electricity. So if you've got a patent of a machine that delivers essentially electricity at almost zero cost, not only is that going to make us one of the most profitable miners in the world, if not the most profitable miner in the world, but people are going to want to buy into that technology. And the only way they're going to be able to do that is through TechCoin. So with this sort of technology backing, who wouldn't want to get involved in TechCoin? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. Okay, so when it goes on a public exchange, who's not going to want to get involved with TechCoin? So the packages that you can buy, you've got silver, gold, ruby, emerald, and diamond token packages. Okay. You can come in and I think the gold package starts at about €2,500 and goes to ruby at 10,000, I think, emerald 25, and diamond package at €50,000. Okay, so a lot of people, obviously, you might not be able to afford the €50,000. Are coming in with just silver or gold. Okay, but if you can, then obviously the diamond package you want to have a look at, because essentially as they raise money, there's 4 bonuses with that, and that will give you 1.6 million tokens, and those tokens will be exchanged for tech coins. At the 5,000, at the gold level, you effectively come in at 5,000, you get 1 bonus, and that will turn into 10,000 tokens, which essentially, when it goes on the exchange, will convert into 10,000 coins. Now, before we look at what that could potentially mean to you, let's get a handle on what the top 10 cryptocurrency values are, okay? And this is a snapshot that we took today. We haven't got number 1 on there, Bitcoin. We know what Bitcoin is, and I couldn't fit number 9 and 10 on there. But essentially, we've got 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different coins on there, and just look at the values for a second, okay? Ethereum $300 per coin, Bitcoin Cash 637. You got Ripple, which is an interesting one, at 21 cents. You've got Litecoin $62, Dash 306, Neo $26, and then 18 cents on NEM. Okay, now if you look at, say, I don't know, Ripple, and you look at what the USP is, okay, it's basically nearly free global financial transactions of any size that it offers with no chargeback. So the typical companies that are starting to use this are UniCredit, UBS, and Santander. And they're being adopted by more and more banks and payment networks as settlement infrastructure technology. So that's what Ripple all about. Litecoin network aims to process a block every 2.5 minutes, rather than Bitcoin that takes 10 minutes to process a block. Okay, so its USP, if you like, is to allow faster transactions. Ultimately, devices made for mining Litecoin are more complicated to create and more expensive to produce than Bitcoin. So, me personally, Lee, I'm not bothered about the speed of transaction. Okay, we go out and we spend on Zappo, and it might take, I've seen it in the back office processing and going through the exchange. It can take hours, it can take sometimes days. It doesn't really affect me. The point I'm making is, if you've got a coin that's USP is essentially free electricity, are you going to want to buy into that? Or are you going to want to buy into a coin that just basically allows blockchain processes to be completed quicker? I know which one I'd rather go for. So let's have a look at a couple of what ifs now. So Techcoin, if it goes to just $5, and we've looked at the top 10 cryptos there, on a gold package, and you've got 10,000 tokens, what does it mean to you? Well, it means that your 10,000 tokens at $5 is going to be worth 50,000. Okay? If it goes to just $20 on the gold package, those 10,000 tokens will be worth 200,000. All right? Now, is it likely to go to 5? Is it likely to go to 20? Yeah. Looking at what the USPs are on the top 10 cryptocurrencies, I would say it's got a decent chance. And remember, we're building such a distribution that people are going to be buying these, or are buying these. I think we've raised over 34 million already. And if you go for a diamond package at 50,000 euros, yeah, for $5, if it goes to just $5, that will give you 8 million worth of Techcoin. So quite, astonishing figures, Lee. I don't know if you've seen those before, but
yeah, I have, and I think it's really important for everybody to understand, John. And we're talking about everyone's here and focused on Bitcoin. you've got to understand and take a look at this now and understand what the company is doing behind the scenes, what is going to support the growth, and now obviously the introduction of TechCoin. And the point that John has covered, if you actually look at, you know, an ability of this particular hydrogen piece of equipment that generates electricity virtually free of charge, and they license that technology into the global arena, there is every single possible industry that will be wanting to get their hands on it in some form. And it's understanding the technology that is, and when you actually look at the other things that they're looking at very closely at the moment, it's not just going to be 1, 2, or 3 things. There's going to be a multitude of different forms of technology that will be unique to Usi-Tech, that the TechCoin and the tokens, they are one of the same as far as we're concerned, are all leveraged from. And at the moment, just to recap, you've got an opportunity to come in and buy these tokens at a preferential rate. And then obviously at the point that 500 million are sold to Usi-Tech members, they go onto the exchange at a value. And it's effectively having, as John said earlier on, a preferential share option to buy in at a reduced price ahead of a flotation. And that's what you have at the moment in front of you. The best part about it is it's all commissionable. And we'll come on to that in a second.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lee, you know, one of the things, if you're thinking about this, don't think too long, because the first bonus will disappear when we hit 125 million. Okay, and so if you're going for a gold package, you won't be able to double up, so to speak. You'll buy 5,000. If it's over, if they've already raised 125 million, then you won't be able to double up because they've gone past that first bonus. So if you're thinking about it, don't dwell too long. We've already raised 34 million, but the upside of this could be colossal. We're talking $5 or $20. You know, it could be. It goes to $68 or whatever. I'm trying to think. Whatever was $62. Litecoin. Monero's, I think, gone over $100. I think Horst mentioned Monero. So, you know, we're looking at $5 or $20 here on this example. So just, you can do the maths, but, you know, essentially it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, Lee. Okay. Incentives. Okay. The incentives are still there. You get to 2,000 BTC packages. That will pay you a car bonus equivalent of 800 euros per month in Bitcoin now. So that's going to be for anybody that reaches 2,000 packages. There are some terms and conditions that apply. You can't just buy yourself in. You've got to have at least a minimum, I think, of 1,000. You can have up to 1,000 of your own purchase packs. The other 1,000 would need to come from your team. Okay, through rebuys and commission. If you build a bigger team of 5,000, then you're simply going to get 1,600 euros per month. And so those incentives will remain. The company incentives, we recently went to Mallorca. They announced at the event that the next event will be in Hawaii. I'm not sure of the dates yet. They haven't announced it. We think March, April time. We don't know what the qualification is. As soon as we do, then we'll come to you. But there will be company incentives on trips, all expensive paid. Some will be part all expensive paid. Some will be totally. Okay. And then we're going to do some questions in a second. I just want to touch on other bits that we said we would. The new addition to the board, Evan Ahern, focused on new technologies that create renewable energy. What I would say, because obviously, you know, time's pushing on, we want to get through to some questions. Go on LinkedIn. Go and find him on LinkedIn. He's a billionaire. He's been involved in lots and lots of different businesses. And just say to yourself, how do somebody like USI attract somebody like Evan? I'll tell you how, because they share a vision. They They've got a route to market in terms of distribution, and they like the fact that they can actually change people's lives. Evan could have gone pretty much anywhere with this technology and got it away. He's chosen Usi-Tech. So congratulations to the board, because they've done a magnificent job in attracting this guy. But have a look on LinkedIn and see for yourself. I'm not going to dwell too much on that because time's pushing on. There's a summary about him, a little bit on the technology side, the mining lead, and the efficiencies that new bring.
I think your next slide is interesting, John. Just looking at where Usi-Tech have just moved to, I think this is fascinating. You know, so those skeptics out there, and I'm still dealing with them on our YouTube channel, that just won't go away. Just look at the facts in front of you. Usi-Tech already now have 1% of the global Bitcoin mining market. And that's in a short space of time. As John mentioned, they've put $70 million into mining hardware, and they've already taken 2.5% of the global Ethereum mining market. Now, this percentage is going to go up and up and up. They are going to be, without any question, the dominant player in crypto mining. I have no doubts about that whatsoever. And that's in a very short period of time. Just watch where this company goes over the next 6 months with the investment that's being made. It's quite astonishing that, you know, when we go back to March, which is when they launched Bitcoin, and now the momentum that is behind this company, to have already taken 1% of the Bitcoin mining market is staggering.
Yeah. And I think, Lee, I mean, you just mentioned you've got some people on the YouTube channel still, you know, asking ridiculous questions. You know, you're going to be able to see transparency in the mining pools where, you know, it will say who's mined it, and it'll be USI, so complete transparency on that. And again, you do not attract, I'm sorry, you do not attract a billionaire business owner to your business unless you have got something special, okay? And you know, you look at Horst's credentials, you look at Evan's credentials, they are quality. Let me tell you, they are quality. I've dealt in the corporate world on a very high level with bosses at HBOS, Merrill's, you know, and these guys are quality people. So we went through TechCoin. I'm just flicking through that. The FX product, I think we sort of more or less went through, but just to reiterate, if you're a software owner, you can continue to use it. But the new FX product, which is based on €50 pack model, because it works, okay? There's no license needed, and it will return 140%, okay? So again, just sit shy of 6%. And some people are saying to me, well, why would I do that, John, if I can do it in Bitcoin and I can earn not only the 6%, but the growth in Bitcoin as well? Well, a couple of reasons, really. One, diversification.
Spreading the risk.
You shouldn't, yeah, that's it. And also, I've been told that there will be a separate commission pool for this, okay? Which basically means once you maxed out on your BTC at 2.5, there will be a separate commission pool for this.
Just let me pick up on that, John, because I don't know whether everybody understands that. Under the terms and conditions that there are in Usi-Tech very quickly, that you cannot take out more than 2.5 Bitcoin per day from your account. So the big advantage here that John's referring to is by getting involved and diversifying into the Forex packages, you'll be able to take your 2.5 Bitcoin out a day. Not you, who would need more than that? 2.5 Bitcoin a day. So 14, yeah, nearly 20 grand a day. You'll then be able to take out your Forex payments from that in addition to the Bitcoin. That's what John's referring to.
That's correct. And it'd be, you know, similar sort of maximums on that, i.e. to equivalent, if you like. You know, I've been talking to Horst about it and just looking at my notes. same return on capital commission, and separate balance in fiat, approximately 2.5 Bitcoin in fiat daily limit. So it'd be the equivalent of 2.5. So again, incredible. It just gets better and better, Lee. It gets better and better.
It does. I mean, it's difficult to comprehend the numbers. We've talked about ATM, so we won't dwell on that. I'm conscious that we need to get through because we want to talk to you about marketing. John wants to cover some questions, common questions that are coming up. Transparency, we've alluded to. You are going to see every transaction. You'll be able to click in, log in your back office, and see that that particular trade was undertaken by Usi-Tech and the blockchain link if it was a Bitcoin transaction, and likewise you'll be able to do the same on the Forex.
That's it. Okay, so